Hey, it's Deanna and Justin.
All right, you're a little loud. Let me turn you down. We're in the shed studio here. We're in a back studio at Ben FM. I don't know if this is okay. This is better now. It's kind of working.
This is a little weird. It sounds a little funny in my ears, but we'll get used to it. Yeah, I'm waiting on a fancier produced piece to put in the beginning of this.
Yes, this is
Until then, it's just hey.
We're recording a week after we got fired. We didn't really get fired though. It didn't.
The whole company shut down the station.
Do you tell people that you got fired?
No, I say that the company sold the station.
I say we got fired because it's more impactful. Like I like talking to my friends, and then I'll make a joke that's like, and we got fired.
Oh, I don't like saying that.
Hello. Oh, this is better. Okay, I'm adjusting the mic.
Oh, look at you.
See, I say it.
I wonder if I should adjust mine.
No, yours is the right. Yours is the right way.
It's a good place.
Mine was not the right
spot.
way. So, I like to go like, oh, what are you doing today? We're gonna go to the park, or I have work, and I go. My schedule is shockingly clear because we got fired. It's more to me. It's more impactful. And I think it's funnier. Like I'm just embracing it.
Someone did ask me on the phone the other day, "What are you up to?" And I said, "I'm walking the dog. I guess this is what unemployed people do."
What did I do? What have I done? Okay, so we flew home on Thursday from Turks and Caicos.
Yes.
Which I have something about that.
Same.
I tell myself every time I fly that I will take a backpack. I'll take a carry-on and I'll take a backpack, right? And I'll tell myself I'll put everything in the carry-on, and then I'll check the carry-on at the gate, which is what I did. But then I have to put the backpack at my feet. But my plan is to put the backpack on the overhead. But then I put it by my feet, and then my legs go numb. It is every time I fly. I'm super hopeful that I will be able to not go numb. Went numb. Second flight we took home. I'm sweating. It's hot.
Yeah.
The guy next to me is one of the smaller people I've ever met and is taking up both seats, like more than I am. So I'm hugging myself. Like I have to do this thing where I hug my arms so I don't get destroyed by the stewardess, destroyed by anybody walking up and down, and the guy next to me. It was
I think
awful.
it's flight attendant now.
Is it flight attendant?
Yeah.
Stewardess. Well, they were all women. So stewardess is right?
Okay. Sure.
And then we land. So then Friday, what did I do Friday? I don't even know. I was bored. I just did nothing. I watched a lot of TV.
I just pretended I was on vacation because I wasn't ready to accept the fact that I had no job.
And then Saturday I was on XTU. And then Sunday I watched the Eagles. And then Monday I watched the Phillies. And then Tuesday I was on XTU. And then we were both here. And we just prayed around like, we're still here. Everybody like, no, you know what's funny about this whole thing?
Yeah.
I thought I knew everybody here.
No, I don't.
And then we got fired. And now everybody knows us.
Right.
Because a picture was everywhere.
Right.
Which is hilarious.
So many.
Like people I've never met.
Have you seen?
Are you Justin? I went, yes.
Have you Googled us? Because I have.
Oh, no. I stopped doing it just to see. Because I just like whatever.
Because I sent a press release out to a couple different outlets that we were, exiting the station the day before the final day.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of try and get our name out there to see if we could, get a job. And then there was like 15 articles instead of
that's what happens.
The 3 I planned on.
There's 2 people that work here that write for some of those, and then they kind of release it to their friends.
Right.
And then it spreads like wildfire. But like today I met somebody, they're like, "Are you Justin?" I went, yeah. I saw your picture. And I went,
cool.
We were kind of coworkers, so so now we're here and it's weird, but I like telling people that I got fired. I think it's funny.
Well, going back to the fact that we just got back from this trip.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, have you had to go driving around near the airport recently?
Have you had to go driving around the airport is eloquently spoken. Have you driven airport around there?
Have you been near the airport since you've come back from the airport?
I live 20 minutes from here. We're in Bala Cynwyd, by the way. This is the farthest I've driven.
I have had to go back to the airport, and it's not to drop anybody off.
Yeah.
It's not to pick anybody up.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were flying out for Turks and Caicos? It was very early on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
2 Saturdays ago, the Saturday after Brett Radler's wedding.
Yes.
And we were there at like 6 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And I had those 2 packages of dresses that I rented to wear to the wedding.
Yeah, so you brought it to the airport.
Right.
I also saw my neighbor that morning and totally ignored him because I just didn't want to have a conversation. But this is why you were trying to find the drop box.
Yeah, because it had to be returned. The dresses had to be returned.
Yeah.
And a very nice gentleman, one of the TSA agents, after we went through security, said there's a mailroom down the hall that way. Make a left here, go down the corridor, and you'll hit a mailroom, and you can drop the packages there.
Yeah.
And I was like, great. They have prepaid return labels on them. You don't have to do anything. You just drop it and you go.
Yeah.
So we get to the mailroom. It's closed. There's a gate.
6 a.m.
There's a metal, right. And it's Saturday.
Was it a gate that had holes in it?
Yes.
Did you shove the dress through the hole?
No.
That's what I would have done.
My husband, Jacob, pulled the gate up.
Oh, okay.
And
well,
it
that works
lifted
too.
it enough so that I could slide the packages in.
And you did that.
That's what I did. I took a picture, couple pictures,
I would have done the same
to
thing.
prove that I did that. And we went on our merry way. We had a wonderful vacation in Turks and Caicos. We broadcasted our last day.
Got fired?
Got fired. And then we came home. And I'm thinking, it's all fine. I get an email from Rent the Runway. They're like, we haven't received your returns yet. You're going to incur a $50 late charge per dress if you don't return the dresses.
Did you have 2 dresses?
I had 4 dresses.
You rented 4?
I rented 1.
Okay.
They give you a free backup size. The dress wasn't great. Wasn't flattering.
Okay, so it's 2 of the same.
So then I said it wasn't flattering. Don't love this dress. I'm going to return it. They said, we'll send you 2 backup dresses, like as option B, option C. I said, great.
Is that a real complaint? You can put not flattering?
You can literally select that it didn't look good.
Or like smells
on you.
Smells like old lady. Like
you can say it's too big.
Oh, okay.
It's too small.
Flattering?
Not flattering.
That's an actual option.
Yes.
See.
They want you to look good.
As someone who just returned a pair of pants and a shirt yesterday, I wish that was an option for Amazon because I bought a shirt for Turks and Caicos that was white and had black stripes on it, and when I put it on, I looked like Beetlejuice. And I wish the option was look like Beetlejuice.
Not flat. Looked like Beetlejuice.
It's one of those rip-off, like, crappy Amazon, the weird brands they make up that are definitely made overseas. And I put it on, and I thought I bought the green one, but I bought like a gray and white one, and I just went Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. And then he appeared. He goes, not flattering.
Then he appeared out of nowhere. Well, this was not as exciting. See, I had to email them. I had to show them the pictures that I took, proving to them that I left it in a mailroom. They're like, it hasn't been tracked. There's no, like, the barcode wasn't scanned. There's no trace of these dresses whatsoever. I spent 48 hours calling and leaving voicemails for customer service people at the Philadelphia airport to try and get a hold of someone who works in this mailroom, only to find out it's permanently closed.
The mailroom was?
Yes.
So it wasn't just closed one.
No, it was closed forever.
Not many people are mailing things from the airport, though. That's why.
No. Well, they allow you to still go in and drop letters, but there's no one there to scan stuff.
Yeah, I can't. A booming business at the airport.
So at the end of the day, what ended up having to happen was this morning, actually, I drove to the airport before coming here.
Yeah.
Because one of the customer service representatives in the marketplace of the Philadelphia airport picked up the packages for me and held them until I got there. I had to go pick them up and then bring them to a UPS drop location.
Navigate the airport without actually having to be at the
I
airport.
went. It was so weird going into the airport without having a ticket, like not flying out.
Because flying sucks.
I parked. I went in. I did the whole electronic walkway.
Did you try and beat the parking payment? Did you?
No, I had to pay $5.
Okay, because if you do 15 minutes, I think it's free. But you're not navigating anything there.
But it was so strange being in the airport and not having a flight. Like, it was the weirdest thing.
Well, people used to go hang out there.
The rules.
You know what's crazy? People used to smoke in the airport. That blows my mind.
That's true. That's kind of strange.
Ripping darts on the airplane.
Did you
see?
In
full suits. in suits, smoking cigarettes in a giant metal tube. This was the norm. I like how people are like, we should go back to the old days of flying. And I go, no, I like living. You just light one up and it's done.
No, I don't want anyone smoking on the flight. Did you see, though, that on Instagram, the Philadelphia airport's going to start allowing people to meet at the gate?
Yeah, you have to apply, and then it's not kids, but it's adults.
Because that stuff used to happen in, 90s sitcoms. It doesn't happen anymore.
I watched Seinfeld the other day, and they just went through security in 4 minutes and got on the plane. I went, what?
It's not that easy.
Universe are we living in? I haven't been back there. I don't really plan on. Maybe I'll take a trip. I'm trying to.
Well, you have all the time in the world now.
Here's where I'm at. There's things that we have nothing to do. Obviously, we're going to be part-time on the stations here. My 3 things were take a trip, get a tattoo, or shave my head. I think I'm going to shave my head.
Are you really?
It's like
Are you
no,
going?
not bald.
Oh,
No, my hair's too glorious to go bald. But like it's just like
are you going through it?
a thing.
Is this a thing?
No,
Is this like the equivalent of when like I would go dye my hair or get a haircut because I'm
no,
like going through something emotional?
no. I don't think I'm going through it. I just
Oh.
like changing things up. Also, when I wake up in the morning, I look like Gumby because my hair's so high. I look like Dexter Poindexter, hot, 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 feeling. And I'm not hot, hot, hot. I'm sad, sad, sad. Dude, so many people. So we do the last broadcast, right? And like we just talk for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I've yet to listen back to it, nor will I ever. I'll
cry-
never
oh,
watch the video.
I've watched it 2 times
That's
already.
stop. I'll never watch the video. I'll never listen to
You've
it.
cried.
I won't. You know how people yawn when you yawn?
Yeah.
I only cried because Chris Leonard cried.
He was crying hard too.
There was a point like 2 months ago when they said like you guys are done. I'm like cool. I moved on very quickly because
Yeah, you did.
This is how
it was odd. I thought you were
No.
like a sociopath.
it's radio. This is what happens. I've seen it happen before, and it's happened to friends. I've seen it
But
happen
this time
here.
is different.
Whatever. It's a business. I moved on. I didn't want to dwell on it. So the whole time we go to Turks and Caicos, like we do the Monday show, the Tuesday show. I'm like, it's like normal.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday is our last show, and I'm like, I want it to be as normal as possible until we say goodbye, just because this is how I function. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, all right, I prepared nothing at the end. I have some things in my head that I wanted to say, but I just didn't because I'm like, we'll do this. Like, we know we're going to do something.
Right.
So I think we said we'll let Chris go first because Chris has been there longer than us. I think he was there twice. I know Charlie Max brought him back, and he was there, I think, like 8 years total, whatever. So he's like, I've prepared something. And like, I looked over at his computer, and I saw
He had a speech.
2 pages,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe double spaced, I don't know. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I scanned it quickly with my eyes because my super ability is to read fast. So I scanned it, and I went, all right, cool. So he's like normal through the first part of it.
Right.
And then I'm getting into it. So I put my head down to like listen, to hear. Because the broadcast setup was us. Like Andy Summers was next to us. We had Gina Crash from Y100, but she's in Baltimore now, next to us. A station from Paraguay. So they're all kind of listening, and everybody starts gathering around. So I'm like, all right, let me like focus so I can hear it because obviously it's a big moment. So he starts like welling up, and I'm not welling up at this point. I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I'm trying to think like, you're going to talk next, so I'll figure something out to say. And he cries, but as he's crying, he made me laugh. And instead of laughter coming out, I just started crying as well. But I wasn't sad. It was weird. Like, I mean, there's comments on Facebook because I will not listen back to it. They're like, you were the most crying one. And I go, I think I blacked out. Like I blabbered out of me. Like I felt it in my chest, which I've never felt before.
Yeah.
I think it was just a combination of like people watching us. They gave us champagne and stuff. They treat us well. Let me tell you, it was nice. But I was just like, "Bah!" And I'm like, what am I doing? And then there's a picture of me. It's a horrible angle.
I never thought I would see you cry.
No, here's the thing. I didn't plan on crying. I didn't want to cry. I was not going to cry.
Mm-hmm.
It's all business. Like,
this
whatever.
is the most long-winded way of saying you had something in your eye.
It is. And he made me laugh, but then he also cried while he was laughing. So then my body just went and just stuff flew out of me. And then I look over and Andy's crying.
I know.
And there's people I've never met. If you listen to the broadcast, the people across the us from Pittsburgh are the loudest people I've ever heard.
They were so loud. And then I punched Andy in the face by mistake.
And I
she
just
gave me a hug from behind, and I went to hug her back, and my hand hit her nose.
And everybody's like, and then they clapped.
It was just a mess. It was a whole big mess.
But I wasn't sad. I feel like number one, it happens. It happens. I can't change anything. You know what I mean? I'd rather be there. Although this studio is smaller but nicer. It's so much nicer. It's a crappy studio, but it's nicer than our studio.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so it just kind of just went right out at me, and then everybody's like, "You were so emotional." There's like radio message boards, like this guy is crying so much. I didn't think it was that bad.
Oh, just
that's why I'm not gonna
lean into it.
No, I am now, but I wasn't sad.
Wow.
No, it's not. It's a bad way to say that I wasn't.
All right.
Emotional.
Thanks. So I'm more invested than you. Okay, good to know.
I wasn't. I'm transactional. That's where I'm at in my life. Then we move on. This is how things go.
Okay.
And, we steal things. My mom was like, don't say you stole anything on the air. I go, I don't care. What are they going to do? Fire me? See, that's why I use the fire me thing.
Ugh.
Right?
I hate
That's
that.
why I do it. It's good.
I don't love that joke.
You know what? You know what I don't like? I want to know if you get this too. I hate how everybody's like, we're so sorry. Like, not people who listen to the show.
I'm like, thank you.
People
you
we
should
work
be.
with. No, I'm over it. People we work with, like, there's a couple. I love the people here. Whatever. They're like, oh, I'm like, all right. You told me
I want people to feel bad. Feel bad.
Nah, I don't want sympathy.
Sucks.
But they told me like 8 times. I'm like, it's fine. Just
Oh no, I appreciate the sentiment.
once.
It means a lot to me.
I appreciate the sentiments.
Well, yeah, you don't need to keep saying it.
I appreciate the entiments and the sentiments.
I like them all.
Once.
Give me the sentiment, and then give me the entiments.
You know what I'd rather have besides sentiment?
Say you're sorry and give me a donut.
A job. That's.
Oh.
It's going to come off sociopathic, but this is how I am. Like, it's like, what are we doing now? You know what I mean?
You are also a little sociopathic.
It's fine. It is very fine. I didn't cry on purpose. I cried by accident because I was laughing.
Okay.
That was very long-winded. This is a podcast, so we don't have to do hit commercials. It's pretty crazy.
No, it's true. But
or play music.
We can move on. We can end it there.
Here's the best thing about this. When we did the show, it was like, we can move on now. People want to hear what happened. That's why I wanted to, people.
But it's kind of over.
Now you're me. We left people we didn't really leave people in the dark. I feel like we did a little bit.
Well, because we weren't allowed to say anything.
Yeah, so.
And then we just kind of took the liberty of saying it the last day.
Well, quickly, they never gave us.
We didn't really ask permission. We just did it.
The date kept moving. That's why.
Right. Things were always changing. And it wasn't final for a while. And they didn't want us to say anything until it was final. So and then it was finally final.
Yeah.
We were like, well, we're saying something.
So what happens is they sell it, and then they got to get an approval, and then we got to wait. And, like, it could have been November. It could have been October 14th was the day they gave us originally. And then they had to tell us 2 weeks before they did it. And we were just hoping it was 2 weeks before we went to Turks and Caicos.
Right.
And it was exactly 2 weeks before we went to Turks and Caicos.
Exactly.
It was we were going on the trip either way. We were just going to fake it.
Well, yeah, it was too late by then.
Just fake. They're like, we have all this recording set up for you.
We couldn't, pull out of the trip. It was, already said and done.
We would have to fake that we were on the air, though. That would have been the thing.
I'm glad we didn't have to do that.
I think you're an actor.
Well, yeah, but...
I'm not.
There's a difference between acting and lying.
They're the same thing.
No, they're not.
You're emotionally invested in both. It's the same. Acting and lying are the same thing.
It's not the same.
All right, what else do you have on your list? Because you're going to get mad at me for rant. I feel like we just needed to tell the people what happened.
We did, because there were a lot of people who went to listen days after that.
We're like, what the hell?
And they were like, where did you go? And we're like, I'm sorry.
You know what's weird, though? I find the church hymns kind of relaxing on the new station.
Oh, no.
Like, it sucks that we got fired, but, they're kind of... You went to Catholic school. You know there's banger songs. Like,
oh, yeah,
Gift of Finest Wheat. Come on, banger. Everything else they say, I'm all right, whatever.
If I need that kind of stuff, I'll go to church.
Oh, God, is it awesome? God, that's banger. Okay.
It's you know what? It's speaking of church. It's actually
we went back to church.
I didn't. But my stepdad is really big into going to church. He's been at our house. He flew in to take care of the animals while we were in Turks.
I didn't ever ask you who was taking care of the animals.
So my stepdad, Pat May, he came in from Florida. He was house sitting while we were on vacation, and then he's here. He's still here. He's here until Monday.
Am I going to ruin your story if I ask you if he killed your plants?
Oh, no, he didn't. Okay. And no, you didn't ruin the story. He's not. Okay. No. But he's not,
but he didn't kill the plants.
He's big on church.
Okay.
And he's been actually going through a lot too. He recently lost his job. He got laid off.
And hurricane.
He's been kind of forced to take an early retirement, which was not his plan.
Well, that's what we're doing.
And because he lost his job, he's kind of reevaluating, does he want to stay down there right now? I don't know. He doesn't really love it as much as he thought he would. He likes his house. He doesn't love the location.
Do you operate under far enough to visit or far enough to visit, close enough not to stay? Is that how it is? No. Close enough to visit, far away enough. Never mind. It's like a rule that's, I just screwed it up. It is close enough to visit, too far away to stay long. You know what I mean? It's like, I got a burp. Sorry.
What do you?
It's when you move, when you live around family, it's a saying that they're close enough to visit you, but they're too far to stay overnight or something like that. Yeah. Continue. It's a thing that people say. If you're listening, we can't interact with people right now. If you're listening, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay. But so he's big on church. He's a big church guy.
Yeah.
You know, he goes to church regularly just for the heck of it. And then he goes, especially when he kind of like needs to work through some stuff in his brain.
Was he a daily person?
And no,
weekly.
but he's been going, like he went a couple times this week already. He's been going, and it's because like he's trying to figure out what does he want to do. Like he lost his job. Like, you know, he's thinking about selling his house and like moving back up here to be closer to us. And he's kind of been like going through it. So he says to us the other day, man, I lost my house. I lost my girlfriend, lost my job. Like Deanna's got me shopping at Target.
That's not a bad thing.
I'll make you sound like a country song.
Well, okay, wait. It was
lost my job, lost my girlfriend, lost my house.
I lost my job. I lost my girlfriend. But there's one place that I can go to cry my tears and let it go. It's Starbucks and Target.
Oh my gosh. You just made a country song.
It's Starbucks and Target. Which is the best Starbucks, by the way.
Can I tell you, he's a little bougie. Like he, you know.
Oh, so he's getting expensive.
Macy's is like the lowest he'll shop.
This is insane.
And so when I had to take him to Target, he was like, I can't believe you're taking me to Target. I'm like, Target's the best.
Where's he shop? Is he Tom of Bahama guy?
No. Well,
He's
I mean, he has
person.
shopped there.
I love me some Tommy. They have the best jeans.
He has. Yeah.
Where's he shop at?
But, well, you know, usually like higher, like he's like, is there a Dillard's around here? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Let me tell you, I like Padme a lot more than I did before. I feel like you shop at Brooks Brothers.
Probably.
They got one of the outlets. That's what I go to.
Yeah.
He's not at the rack. He's at the regular Strums.
Exactly. Yeah.
No racking for me.
No, but I think I've converted him. He's a Target person now.
What did he buy at Target?
Well, he just had to go in and get like ibuprofen and like a greeting card. But when I took him there,
they're exclusive
he
things.
was like, "Oh my God, they have so much here." I'm like, "I know. That's why it's the best."
And now you've converted him to Target. The Starbucks and Target.
Starbucks and Target.
It really is the best Starbucks, now that I think about it. It's the quicker one.
Yeah, but the only problem is that sometimes they don't take like Starbucks gift cards there or your
Well, they make you put your little number in, the thingy.
I don't know.
They just redid ours, though, so.
It's like you get Target rewards for getting a coffee at the Starbucks and Target. You don't get Starbucks rewards.
Do you ever not get Starbucks and Target?
No, I always, every time I'm in Target.
You know why I get it? Because when you go to the Target checkout line and the self-checkout, and they have that little camera, I look like crap, so I make myself feel better by giving myself more caffeine to make my anxiety not go away.
Oh.
That's why. It's a little treat. It's a little treat when I'm like, I didn't shave today. I'm going to pump more cold brew into my veins and see what happens. It makes me feel better.
Oh,
that's the only one. Wait, okay, that's the only one where I'll get the ridiculous drinks. There's like when I go to Starbucks, if I go into Starbucks, I'm only getting a cold brew because I don't want to be like 2 pumps of this, 2 pumps of that. But then if I'm like, that's like a last minute Starbucks, okay? Not inside of Target. But then if I want something fancy, like the white mocha with pumpkin, which is very good.
Oh,
it's
so
75
good.
calories if you get the one way.
Yeah, I just saw that video the other day.
That's I'll order that
like
on the app.
It's like the macro dude or whatever, whoever
Macro barista.
Yes.
I'll do that on the app.
That guy.
But then if I'm at Target,
that guy's an angel.
If I'm at Target, I'm living a different life. Like I'm like, let me get a cake pop. They're the best.
Oh wow.
Let me get the cookie. Let me get the banana bread.
That's a
Not
lot.
all of it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm getting desserts. I'm only getting
You're picking one.
I'm only getting cake pops there because something about getting a unicorn cake pop in a public setting is horrifying. But at Target, it's expected because the people, because the people there are like, oh, the kid's in the car. You know what I mean? Like his son or his daughter is in the car. That's who he's getting the cake pop for.
Right.
Little do they know that I'm going to go outside, put my sunglasses on, put my seat back so no one sees me. I'm going to eat it. So that's why I get it at the Target one. That's where I can have my unicorn cake pops. What?
You like
do I
pluck it off
two-bite
the stick? Like,
yeah, so I'll 2-bite it. No, 1-bite it. It's bite-sized. And then there's like a little bit of white chocolate left on there, and then I'll do and then I'm good. It's like it's a little digestive after the cake. I'm only getting my cake pops at Target. Okay?
Speaking of cake pops, this is a good segue.
Did you make them?
No, but all the desserts at Beaches, Turks, and Caicos, you know, like inside the cafe.
Was there too many pastries?
No.
There's
never too many pastries.
There was so many pastries. Like there was too many for me to eat, but there was so many pastries.
I mean, I didn't get to try them all. But there were so many good things there.
Yeah, the food was very good.
When you go on vacation, you leave vacation and you're kind of bloated. You feel like the food is like in your throat and you can't
I was all sodium.
eat anything but like water and celery. My husband, Jacob, ordered a salad at dinner the other night.
Yeah.
And it made me and my stepdad, Pat May, do a double take.
Was there a protein on it?
No.
It was just leaves?
The server literally said to him after he ordered the arugula salad, "Do you want to add protein?" And he looked at her and he looked at me and he went, "No."
What else was on it?
It was like arugula, cheese, walnuts, and like, I don't know, maybe dried cranberry, and that was it.
I don't count arugula as a salad, though. I think that's just like accoutrement to the salad.
That was it. He ate like garnish. He ate a hamburger garnish.
Speaking of dinner. Food at the islands, it is insane how none of us can adjust to island time.
Oh.
I mean, the one dinner was like 3 hours long. It was so good. That was the best calamari I ever had. But you have to. There's a weird thing.
No expectations.
When you go to an island, you say, "I want to go for a week" in your mind, right? But then you get there and you realize 4 days is enough.
You can't have a schedule.
No. But you go, this is the conundrum of going to an island. Let's say you schedule 7 days. It takes you 4 days to relax, but after 4 days, you're like, I think I'm good because all I've done is drink and eat.
Exactly.
But it takes you 4 days to get the island time because you're trying to adjust to things being a little slower.
Mm-hmm.
And this all leads me to believe that we should all just be like Jimmy Buffett. Just move to an island.
Well, see, I think that 7 days is the perfect amount of time on an island.
I don't know. That's a long time.
No, on an island, though, because
we were on an island.
Because, like you said, after 4 days, you're full, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to keep eating. You don't want to keep drinking.
Drink so much.
As heavily as you were the first 4 days.
Yeah.
So you need the other 3 days to just like sweat it all out on the beach.
See, I like the theory, but then halfway through the first day of sobriety, you go, "What are we going to do?" And then you start drinking rum again.
And you start drinking again.
Dude,
and then you do it on an empty stomach.
Do an empty stomach.
And then you end up dancing at the pool bar. And
my feet are sweaty. Oh, I've got one more thing about the island. Let me tell you. If you're a person who loves to do this one move, go on vacation to an island with lots of people. After that, I'm willing to say that I'm the Michael Jordan of the Irish goodbye. Because it is so easy to do. My social battery ran out very quickly because we were there with a lot of radio people. They're like, "We have one more social." I walked in. There's like 60 radio people. Mm-hmm. We walked in together. We walked to the back. We cut through the crowd. And then I looked at you and I said, "I can't wait to Irish goodbye this." And you went, "Same." I'm like, our batteries ran out at the same time.
Yeah.
So
I
easy to
hit
do.
a wall.
So easy to do.
Well, and most people aren't going on vacation with 60 other coworkers either, or colleagues. So,
I know.
It was a unique situation. But I was very done with talking to people and hanging out with people.
Dude, I left.
Mm-hmm. They're all very nice.
They're all nice.
I was just tired.
I got in bed and like 2 radio people texted me. They're like, "Come to the club." And I went,
"Nope."
Ignore. And it felt so good.
Nope.
It felt so good. There's people but then the next day, we had to fly out. You started drinking before the flight. I'm like, how are you doing this?
You know what?
I'm ready to go. I'm sweaty. I melted the whole week. Everything I brought back was damp. It wasn't moist. It was damp.
You know, the last night we were there when Chris Leonard said, "Let's head to the club," and I told him the next morning that I passed out.
Yeah.
I didn't pass out before reading his text. I just chose not to answer it.
Oh, yeah. I was full Irish goodbye.
Yeah. No, I was not going back out.
All right. So we're at a half hour. Is this how we want to do this thing from now on?
I think that was sufficient.
I think here's how we're going to do this. Commute time is like a half hour, so you can pop this on.
On average.
Yeah.
Average.
I think ours is like 22
We know
minutes.
a lot of people drive less.
Farther.
A lot of people drive farther.
But then you can listen to 2 of these.
Right? You could binge, but then you're going to have to wait because we have to do more.
Yeah. So these will be like a half hour, and this was kind of like the regular show, actually, now that I think about this.
No music.
No music, because if we do play music, we'll get sued. And no voice guy yet. And that's it. And then maybe we'll do some other things. I don't know. I feel like just talking.
Should we say like goodbye mayonnaise?
Do you think people like the talking part more than the music?
I hope they like the talking part.
This is like the icing of the cake. Like the cake.
I would say this is the cherry on top. No, I would say this is the meat and potatoes. The talking is the meat and potatoes. You know?
Yeah, the meat and potatoes.
The music is like the salad, and
we're not diminishing the music.
No, but
we just can't play it.
The way that we did our show before.
Yeah.
I feel like the talking was more than the music. So the talking was the meat and potatoes, and the music was sprinkled in like all the sides, all the accoutrements.
To a lot of people who signed our checks to Smaze. It took some convincing. All right, cool. So that's it. I don't know if we do a sign-off. You tell me.
Yeah.
When you do the sign-off, I'll stop recording.
That's what we should be like, all right.
Bye. See you later. Mayonnaise. Do we do that? Do we do the jokes?
What jokes?
Like the mayonnaise thing?
Yeah.
And then if you're a new listener, you have to ask the people that listen to us at first.
Why do we say mayonnaise? My mom is still explaining that to people. They're like, why do they say mayonnaise? And she was trying
to... Does she do it in a mid-Atlantic 1950s accent?
Why do I say mayonnaise?
Why are those cats up? They got fired.
I was like, it's very easy and quick if you keep it precise.
Yeah.
It's just, we had a bit where we ragged on each other for pronouncing mayonnaise differently.
And then we just did it.
And then people started calling the studio and saying, good morning, it's mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And then that's why we say good morning, mayonnaise.
Well, specifically, it was, good morning, mayonnaise.
It's mayonnaise. Good morning, it's mayonnaise.
Then she hung up on him.
Yep. And then
so that's the joke.
Why?
Okay. I'll let you do it, because then I'll hit stop, and then we'll be done.
All right. So
this is professional. It's going to sound good.
Oh.
Are you going to say something?
You want us to say bye, mayonnaise?
You say it. You say it. Because you said it last when we were on the air, so now you say it here. Okay.
I don't know if I'm thrilled with it, but we'll do it.
Well, then we can adjust this.
Okay.
Okay, ready,
it's
go.
It's a work in progress.
One,
bye,
two, wait, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.